Alright folks, it's Robbie Payne here again, and here with the unboxing and initial hands-on with the Acer Chromebook C720. Just came in from Best Buy, and I know there have been a few of these unboxings and hands-on around the internet. I wanted to spend a little bit of time with this device. Ultimately, if I'm being upfront and honest, I'm probably going to end up going with the HP 14, HP Chromebook 14 as my daily driver, but I did want to give this one a chance. It is packing the same internals pretty much as the HP 14, and so I thought it deserved a little bit of my time, and so I will actually have it and my HP 14 again side by side hopefully in a few days, and be able to kind of compare a few things, a few intangible things, keyboards, trackpads, and especially displays. As most people know, the displays on both of these devices are not the best in the world. They're okay, they're passable and they're usable, but they're pretty much average, and so it'd be interesting to see kind of side by side which one wins in that comparison. So without any further ado, I do want to be fully disclosed here and let you know I was picking this up and then ended up getting a phone call and needed to meet a client I'm working with, and I was in the process of wiping my Windows machine that I'm taking back. I've kind of gone back and forth between whether I wanted to use a Chromebook or whether I wanted to use a Windows laptop. Ultimately, I have a PC at home, so a Chromebook for me on the road is just by far a better option. That's just an opinion, probably best saved for an editorial or something like that later. But for me, I've found I've really, in the few weeks that I've been without a Chromebook, have just sorely missed it, and find myself very productive with especially online type activities with a Chromebook, and especially the HP 14. I really enjoyed that device, and so I actually repurchased it, and it is coming in. But before I made that decision, had purchased this as well, and so one of them will go back, but we'll kind of have to see which, and I'm kind of in favor of the HP already. So anyway, and having to meet that client, I needed a computer immediately, and this is all I had. So the awesomeness of Chromebook allowed me to open it up, be online, and be ready to go and work with him within about 10 minutes. So again, that is the awesomeness that is Chrome OS. What I did is a power wash, turned the thing off, and repackaged it as close as what I could as to the way it was when I opened it up, so that we can still kind of get an unboxing feel. But I wanted to be upfront with you on that. So without any further ado, we will go ahead and get to this. Sorry there. Let me pop it open, and as expected, in a $250 laptop, there is nothing special about the box here. We've got a little bit of getting started with Chrome OS. Let's be honest, there's not much to it. Sign in and work. That's why it's awesome. I didn't open this up. I don't even know what this is. I guess the handbook. It's Chrome OS, so it's pretty thin. Not a lot there. We have our power adapter, which is, again, not as fancy as the HP Chromebook 11. And being able to charge via USB, but since that thing is overheating and being recalled, maybe fancy is not always the best thing in the world. But it is a neat little power brick. It's a lot more slender than what you find in a lot of stuff, so kind of cool, but pretty standard. And also, we've got the extender for that. Again, incredibly standard. Nothing special going on here. Then we get to the device itself. We are in incredibly cheap looking egg crate kind of things, but again, they serve their purpose. Kind of a cheesecloth kind of thing going on here. And then we're to the machine itself. Dark gray, and yeah, I mean, you all have probably seen it in many reviews. Real cheap feeling plastic. We'll take a tour around the device real quick before we turn it on. I like the design that they've done here. It emulates a lot more thinness from the side profile that they brought this up here. And it's at least a bit more stylish than last year's model. Last year's model was just completely horrendous. We've got the full-size SD card slot. USB 3.0, I believe. I'd have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's 3.0. We got the fans in the back. There's a slot. It doesn't open. I'm assuming they're going to eventually, it's Acer, so they're going to probably have 10 of these. in different configurations. There probably will be a 3G, maybe a 4G model at one point, who knows. Okay, that one was 2.0. This one is the blue 3.0. So we got 2 and 3. We've got the full-size HDMI jack. We've got the charging port, and then the earphone microphone jack. Nothing out of the ordinary here. We've got speaker grills on both sides, and we got some additional fan stuff going on here. Rubber feet and screws. Again, guys, you don't buy this because it's a looker. You buy this because it's productive. And so we're gonna go ahead and open her up, and we got the keyboard guard, and we're basically loading Chrome as if we were starting up from scratch, because like I said, I did do a power wash on it just so you could see real quickly how this Haswell class Celeron processor does. So we're going to get on the Wi-Fi here. And we're connected. And I'll say in my short bit of time using this device, trackpad is cheap feeling, kind of flimsy, but it is responsive. The click is not super hollow. I got a few hours probably hands-on time with the Asus T100, one of the new Windows Transformer type books that is running the Atom processor. And just so you know, if you're looking at one of those in comparison to this with HP 14, just stay away from that unless you absolutely have to have Windows, and in which case get something with a better processor. That Atom processor still is not, it's just not ready for a lot of tasks. It was so sluggish. It took me forever to get the thing set up, and it was just kind of a nightmare. And granted, I was coming from a Chromebook experience over the last few weeks and used that for a little bit, and just was really, really disappointed with it. I'll take this off screen real quick and sign in. And we'll let that do its Chrome magic. So yeah, I want to be me. And that's it. You guys who are watching these reviews know quite well how the Chrome setup goes. And over the next 10 minutes or so, it's in the background, just going to update all my apps and just be ready to go and ready to use. And like I said, I pulled the thing out of the box, turned it on, and was able to work with a client on a website project. And so I can't say enough about the productivity of Chrome OS. And granted, it takes a little bit of push on your side in order to get everything you own in the cloud. But once you've done most of your stuff and you can be cloud-based on the majority of things you do, you can do most of it on a Chromebook. And the OS is just so simplistic and so out of your way. It's great. Again, I went back to Windows for a few weeks, and I've come running back to Chrome OS because I really, really honestly miss it. I miss its usefulness, miss its simplicity, miss the speed. And there we go, updated to my background there. I've heard a lot of knocks against this screen. It is a TN panel, so I will show you here. If we tilt it forward, you start to see that polarization. It's looking really white on the screen, and that's what it looks like in real life. Also, if we tilt it way back, we start to see that same thing kind of going on. Let me get this on axis with the camera. That's somewhat close. And you can see as I turn it to the side, you actually don't lose a whole lot. I mean, you get a little bit of loss of color, but side by side is not too bad with this guy. Incredibly light. It's approaching the lightness of the HP 11. Nice and thin profile. Like I said, the build quality is not there, but it's firm enough. It doesn't creak and flex and stuff in your hand, and the panel is decent. I held a Nexus 7 up to it, which is a really great display, and looked at some images kind of sort of like this that have a lot of different colors in them, and it does a decent job replicating color. It is a little washed out, and then it's a bit grainy because it is a matte display, anti-glare finish. However, the upside to that is whenever you're working in a place where there's lots of light, windows, it knocks that glare right off the screen. So it seems like with technology, with Chromebooks, with anything, there's always trade-offs. And so I'm going to spend some time with this over the next week or so. Hopefully I will have it next to the HP Chromebook 14 as well, which again, similar, exactly the same internals actually. Same processor, same RAM, and just different display size. and hopefully after spending some time together, we'll get a side by side. We'll look at them, and like I said, I'm already swayed kind of towards the HP 14, but we'll see. We'll see if the Acer C720 can win me over or not. But for now, that's all. Thanks for watching.